took before the first gen even pops.
Make you wanna call my name.
Trying to bait out a hit there, but not able to get it. Ricky's AT able to get away. That was a missed decisive strike. And that is an insta-down.
Oh, dear God. Welcome back, everybody, to Vigo's Court. I am your judge, Little Rugard. With me today is the Honorable Counselor Poggy. How you doing, Poggy? Glad to see you're back in motion.
I've had a banana for lunch. I'm great.
Sure, we'll call it banana. Let's roll that docket and see what we got going on today.
Absolutely, sir.
Oh, goodness. All right. In week 4, conference rivals, we Overslept going head-to-head with Hellraisers, and they're going to be playing on the Coal Tower. By the way, this is actually their home map. It's not the substitute. They actually got this one in the map draft. With 132 square tiles, 8,448 meters squared, 6 hooks minimum, 11 hooks maximum, with that one permagen in the Coal Tower itself. And lucky them, they actually, they get their home map instead of all these other poor souls. Unfortunate. What do we got here for stats? We got a hook differential. Not too shabby with the hook differential. Only about 1 1/4 difference between the two. So fairly even in that regard. Escape percent, a little bit worse for Hellraiser, but still, I would say that's within the means. Same with the gen percentage. Honestly, these teams are like pretty even stats-wise.
Yeah, but they're not good
seriously.
stats-wise. I mean, 2.75 and 4.0 with an average score of 13. That's barely 1/3 of the possible scoring points. So hopefully we'll see some improvement today. But yeah, they are definitely teams that seem to struggle in this scene. So we'll see how they do today. Maybe we'll see some improvement. Maybe we won't. But in the meantime, guess what? Guess what, Rue?
What? Tell me.
I think they're ready.
Is that a lobby ready to go?
I think it is. I think it's a lobby ready to go. I think we're just missing FXCKZ's ready up. Otherwise, I think they're good to go. So, really quick, D-Rack, Lone Wolf Legend, Pirate 5055, and Lucian Garcia with FXCKZ on Killer. So that is going to be today's, and we are already loading in, so I'm going to go ahead and roll that first rules video, and we'll be right back after this. Hello everyone, we're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a per-core item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight with Week 4 matchups, conference rivals, Overslept versus Hellraisers. And yeah, we're loading in right now, but guess what? These teams are definitely going to be struggling, I think. They have a hard time, especially their survivor squads. But maybe their killers can do some excellent damage, get some amazing points, and we'll see some really cool plays. I'm excited to see at least what we can get out of this, because it's definitely been a long day already, and I want to see some plays. I want to see some epic plays, some big boy plays. Let's see what these guys got tonight.
I want to see murder.
I want to see murder, yes, absolutely. And we're loaded in. We're going into the game right this second. Let's take a look at what we got here. We start off on our Fang D-Rack with Lucian next on the list with Pirate 555, and then FXCKZ rolling a Pyramid Head. Now, When I see Pyramid Head, my first thought is, oh god, Pyramid Head. Because Pyramid Head is definitely an oppressive killer. He's definitely not the strongest killer. Probably Nurse, Spirit, etc. being the strongest. But Pyramid Head is up there. B, A tier, in my opinion. Even after his little rework that they did, he's still fairly strong. And already lining up for that chase, immediately getting that first hit. I mean, that was just so quick. That's what I mean by he's an oppressive killer. He can just really quickly land hits on people like that. And it's just devastating sometimes to the players. There's not really much they can do at some of these intersections, these corners, what have you. They get caught in a window, they go around a certain side, and he just uses the power, gets them down, and maybe you juke it, maybe you don't. 50-50 sometimes. It's hard to say. That was a really nice play, though, by Lucian. I'm not really sure what Pyramid Head did, but I think he thought that Lucian was going to hop through the window and then baited backward, and then she didn't. That was nicely played. Lucian doing pretty well there. We see the survivors at about 80% on one gen. Fang working on another. And that was a nice hit off the gen as well. He's chasing him off the generator, but he doesn't have Ruin, so Ruin's not going to come into effect here. One generator now popping. As he continues to chase with the Fang, who's going around towards one of these backwoods jungle gyms. Backwoods jungle gyms. He's going to try to get the hit. Is he going to work? No, he baits it out. She gets out of place, and she goes down right inside the pallet. Really nicely played by Pyramid Head. That's what I mean by he's so oppressive. You can use that power that he has to bait them into making a mistake or getting out of place in fear that you're going to use this actual power. Power struggle would have been nice right there, huh? And unfortunately, that is what the result is. You see survivors going down very quick. Now, Lucian Garcia going to be possibly going in for the unhook. However, he does find, I believe it's a Dwight. Yeah, Dwight now taking a hit right by the logs as Pyramid Head's going to continue his way through the middle of the map into Dwight. Dwight's going to work his way to the jungle gym. And as Pyramid Head works his way around again, using his power to bait them out of making a mistake, but Dwight not really falling for it that time. Pirate doing pretty good on that one. And Pyramid Head is still continuing that chase. But he does find other survivors nearby as he veers off to the left just slightly. He finds a whole group of them together working on a generator, interrupts them, gets a hit on he gets a hit on, I believe that was Meg. It looked like a Zarina, but I don't know. Just like Tide was saying earlier, they all like look the same now. I don't know who's who anymore. But he does get a nice hit with his power. Very well played. And checking on the survivors, they are healing up. At least one of them is taking a hit, though, while being in a chase with Cheryl. And Pyramid Head is going to commit to this one. Cheryl's going to have to make some decisions here. She's going to vault the window. Ooh, she may have made that decision a little bit too late. Pyramid Head almost gets the hit, but just barely misses it. Very well played, though, by Cheryl. She was able to get out of the way of that hit. And that generator is very close to completed. Maybe kicking it wouldn't have been a bad choice, but he does see Tinkerer going off over there in the side. Going to work his way to the back. He does not make it, though. The generator finishes before he gets there. 2 gens done, 3 remaining. Score currently 1-2 in favor of Hellraisers, just barely ahead. Fang taking a hit, though, inside the TNL wall. She's working her way around the L loop, leaves the loop completely, working her way up to the top, possibly for a balanced landing play, but doesn't make it, gets downed instead, and is probably going to be caged or picked up and hooked. Let's see what he does. Going for the hook, it seems. Now the server is possibly taking this time at 3 gens completed now to start resetting. Pyramid Head having 2 hooks at this time, and I believe that would be second hook for D-Rack. So Pyramid Head is actually really struggling to get enough hooks. These survivors are very strong right now, doing an excellent job of getting generators knocked out of the way. And things kind of getting a little bit quiet here, as Pyramid Head may be working his way toward another survivor. Let's see what he's up to. He's coming back to the hook, checking on it. Nobody's come to the hook yet. I think they're still somewhere possibly healing up. Now, he did see someone over there, but he comes back. It really would. It would make sense to reset here, but I don't know if that's what they're doing. Let's check on them again. We see Meg going for a box. So they're not resetting. And, oh, I don't know if you want to go in for this. Injured. This could be a really bad play. Let's see what he does. Dwight kind of tries to bait him to get out of hit, but at this point, she is dead on hook. That was a last-ditch effort to get the unhook, and I'm pretty sure she's going to die. And we do see Pyramid Head getting it down at the distance on Cheryl. and then leaving her slug. Instead, they did get the unhook on Fang, though. Somebody last second came in from around. I didn't even see them, and got the unhook on Fang, and now Fang back in the chase. I think she just used a Styptic agent, possibly. And is he going to catch her here? I think she's going to go down. I don't know if there's enough time to get to the pallet. Barely enough time. I think it was like maybe one more second if she had it. And she is going to get a final judgment right now with 2 generators still remaining. This is ideal for this killer to be in this position. 50% on one generator. The survivors need to think about resetting. Being completely injured, while they know the killer must by now have Tinkerer, they should be working against that, and instead they're working into it. And by healing up, they could be working against it by like making sure that they can at least commit to the gen a little longer. But instead, they're still injured, sticking to those generators. Dwight back on his, though, at about 70%. So there's actually 2 generators that were worked on, and Meg here is going to be on first hook, I believe.
My best guess for them not healing up is probably because resilience. That's the only excuse I could see for not resetting at this point.
Yeah, but at what risk, though? That's the thing. You have to weigh the risk analysis, and I don't know if it's worth the risk, but maybe I'm wrong because they did get 4 generators done. So at this point, it just comes down to, does Pyramid Head have a strong 3-gen? And we might have to look into that a little bit later as we now are in a chase with Cheryl. She does a nice window bait. They're very beautiful. He does go for the swing, or I guess the the judgment hit, and it does not stick. She does another juke. Really brilliant plays by Lucian today. Fantastic juking around Pyramid Head's power. And then a nice quick and quiet. I haven't seen a lot of quick and quiet in play at all, but that was a quick and quiet there. And now the survivors are getting booted off. She is going into a locker, possibly with a DS play or a bait. Not really sure. Pyramid Head not going to take the chance, instead deciding to leaving it, going for the Dwight that he saw leaving that same area. And he is still under Tinkerer. Tinkerer just now wearing off. 1 generator is still remaining, I do believe. Wait, Tinkerer just now? No, I don't think that's right. No. What was that? Oh, that was a dead hard, wasn't it? Oh, wow. A dead hard into his face just like that to bait the swing. Beautifully played again. Dwight doing very well. And the last generator pops just in time for Dwight to be on a single hook. Really well done. Overall, these survivors are playing excellently. The killer not doing too bad either, but he's just struggling to capitalize too much. This is a very evenly matched game. Kind of like what our stats were showing. 8-9 currently is the score. It might come down to blood points in this one. Gonna get the first escape door open, second escape door being worked on as well. Pyramid Head quite possibly gonna be camping this hook, or at least proxy camping it, and that is exactly what he's doing. Gonna kick the pallet maybe for extra points, I don't know. I think Meg wants to go in for the save, second door also getting opened. And as we see right now, we do see that he's just going to kind of proxy camp this. I think the survivors are going to either peace out or go for it. Now, she has borrowed time. This would be the ideal time for her to go for it. They have time. I mean, he's on the hook for a full 2 minutes. This is his first hook, so they could pull it off. It's really going to come down to, do they have the gusto to do it? And they are starting to file in place. We see the survivors working their way together. They want to all come in together and slam the hook all at once, and the one with borrowed time needs to be the one to get the unhook. And I think they're thinking about it, but are maybe not feeling too confident with it and are instead opting to back out. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're backing out. Instead, Cheryl's going to take the hatch, get that extra hatch point, and they're going to go ahead and feed the killer those 2 progression hooks. Probably not the wrong call. I mean, maybe they could have risked it, but I think they may have been concerned about giving the killer extra hooks at the end, so probably not a bad play to make that choice. And wow, amazing game from these survivors. I am actually impressed. I am surprised. I came into this game tonight not with a lot of confidence in Hellraisers, having them on now, what is it, a 3-week losing streak. But they just did an amazing showing from their Survivor Squad. I'm actually impressed by that. And the killer, not too bad either. Not great. He could have maybe capitalized on some more hits. Maybe at the end there he didn't have to necessarily camp. His build, I'm not sure that I'm too keen on. We may need to talk about that. Rue may know a little bit more about the builds than I do on Pyramid Head. I'm not a Pyramid Head main or anything. I don't think Rue is either. But Corrupt Intervention, Pop Goes the Weasel, Discordance, and Tinkerer. And I believe that is the whole thing. Rue, can you just really quickly, what do you think of that build in, like, I don't know, 30 seconds, because I am a little bit curious on your thoughts on that.
I'm surprised no monitoring abuse. I like monitoring abuse personally on Pyramid Head. Getting really close is really, really nice, but maybe that's not what they're going for here. Tinkerer is fine because you can. They have the range add-on, so you can get kind of close by and use his ability and sometimes hit it. Discordance, I think, is also it's just a lot of gen knowledge, and I think Krup's fine. Again, they didn't really seem to use Krup that well. They got a good early good early start. I think essentially who did they kill out of the game almost immediately? D-Rack. They pretty much killed them out of the game. They had a really good setup for this, and I don't feel like they capitalized on that really good setup for the end game. Having one person down, 2 gens left to go should have been a pretty good setup for the killer, in my opinion. But I don't know.
Well,
they didn't capitalize much on the pop.
I think I could definitely agree with you on that as well. I mean, for me, I would have preferred monitoring reviews. But anyway, what we're going to do a post-game review real quick. We'll come right back and we'll do some more after this. All right, everybody. We're watching Week 4 matchups, conference rivals. We Overslept versus Hellraisers, and it's already a bizarrely interesting match. I wasn't expecting it to be this fascinating, but it is, and so here we are. 5 generators got done in trial number 1, and how many survivors escaped? Do you guys remember? Yeah, it was 2. 2 people died, 2 people got out. It was fairly close with 5 hooks. Not bad at all. The killer not doing too terrible, 2 kills. So 5-2, 5-2. Interesting score. 13-19, though, in favor of Hellraisers. I think the blood points and the escapes also brought it ahead for them. So well played overall. Hellraisers currently leading going into trial number 2. Let's see if they can hold on to that lead from the other side of the coin. As we go into the highlights, Rue, I'm going to let you take it away so you can do your post-game analysis now. And here are those highlights.
Where to start? So I'm fine with corrupt intervention on almost any killer in this game, just because, again, if you're good, you take advantage of that early game pressure of having those, what do you call it, those 4 gens pushed a little bit closer to you. Can be really strong. I don't know if they got nearly as much value out of corrupt as I would hope. I don't know if they play Pyramid Head too often. They missed a lot of the Rites of Judgment. I'm not saying it's easy to hit Rites of Judgment, but it's definitely... I would have expected to see more hits out of it, personally. But that said, I think the survivors were smart, leaving them on the hook. Pyramid Head is one of the few killers in this game. I'm surprised they didn't set up a trail around the hook to really punish survivors as they did try to make it, because the survivors weren't tormented, so they could have done something potentially, because without the torment, you can't ignore borrow time, DS, or all these other, or not borrow time, you can't ignore DS and all these other things. So that was kind of surprising, but I think it was still smart to leave them on the hook. It's very difficult to unhook someone safely and successfully against a Pyramid Head. Between the trail of torment, or not the trail of torment, but essentially the torment that he leaves behind, as well as the fact that he can Rites of Judgment both you and the survivor unhooking right off it, is really annoying. And again, like, you immediately proc borrow time, and then you immediately start chase afterward. 2 people are hit. I understand the reason for leaving. I think it was smart there. This would have been a bit of a closer game if they had gotten more hooks. They only had 5 hooks with 2 progressions, whereas you definitely need that 6 or 7 hook mark to really bridge that gap in the points difference right there. So I think that's why we saw the difference that we see right there. And as far as like their strategy, I think, again, I don't necessarily disagree with tunneling D-Rack out of the game. If you're able to tunnel a survivor out that early, I'm all for it. I'm just surprised it didn't capitalize and snowball into something greater. At that point, I would have tried to cat and mouse a little bit, make sure the survivor, because survivors were injured for most of the time, and they never reset. So I'm surprised he didn't cat and mouse a bit more, and then get one of them out of position and just down them and try and snowball from there. Maybe it's just really good on survivors for getting the 2 gens done in the face of having 1 survivor down. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure who was more at fault for those last 2 gens getting done with only 3 people. I don't know if it was the survivors doing insane or Pyramid Head getting a kind of lax on it. I don't know. Yeah,
it's really hard to say, isn't it? Like, I can't tell you. I honestly can't tell you. It may have been just bad luck on the killer's part. I don't know.
Yeah, I know for a fact that they could have zoned a bit better. I don't think they had a 3 gen or even a 4 gen at the end. I think the survivors did a good job of getting the center gens out of the way, which is what you want to see.
I didn't get a good look at
what
that.
You want to do. So
yeah.
So that's definitely good on the survivors' part. I don't know. Again, like, good job getting someone out of the game that early in full 3 hooks, mind you. So they got the full points for D-Rack going, all the way down.
Right.
But again, I'm surprised you weren't able to capitalize on that. So I don't know. I think the build's fine. The add-ons are fine. Getting your Rights of Judgment extension, I think, is probably arguably the best perks for them. I think it goes from 8 meters to 10.5, I think is what it goes to. Because one add-on does 1.5, one add-on does 1. And so I think it goes from 8 meters to 10.5, which can essentially reach corner to corner on the shack. Which, if you're running I'm All Ears, can be kind of busted, but...
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
I think that might have been the only right hit.
Well, maybe it was also not just the right hits. I mean, to be fair, Lucien right here did a really good job of juking those things, but also
True.
Maybe he just wasn't really capitalizing on Discordance enough, because we did see him go to a couple of them, but I think there was a couple he didn't go to also, so I'm not so sure exactly. And even when the Starvers probably knew he had Discordance, they kept working on gens together, they just didn't care. So I don't know. That's such a tough one for me.
If you bring Tinker and Discordance, you definitely want to peel for it. That's very true. Yeah. And we didn't see that nearly as often. I don't know. You brought cat and mouse perks, and I didn't see a lot of cat and mouse play. And you dedicated to D-Rack and got them out of the game. But the other chases you kind of struggled with a bit. Oh, hi Myers, how are you doing? Hi.
I just now realized, by the way,
I
just now realized Michael Myers has eyeballs. You can actually see them when you're that up close.
Yes.
I didn't ever notice that before. I thought they were just a black space in there. Anyway, we're going into the next game now. We're loading up. I'm going to roll them rules videos for you guys. We're going to get into that right now. All right, everyone, we're going to be looking at how the game works from the killer side. Now, killer points. Each survivor is worth a total of 6 points per survivor. First hook is 1 point, second is 2, and third is 3 points. Progressing is only 1 point. Killer bonus points. Every 5,000 blood points is 1 point. Getting to hatch first is also 1 point. A killer can only be used a total of 3 times in the season. Killers have a 150 millisecond ping limit. Also, should a reset occur, the killer and perks must remain the same. Bringing the wrong map is a forced reset, and minus 10 points. Bringing a killer a 4th time is 10 points off, and changing a build after is also 10 points. Not being on the roster is a 5 point and a reset. Okay, everybody, we're back here again with Week 4 matchup. Conference rivals We Overslept versus Hellraisers. And they are, in fact, raising some hell tonight. Surprisingly, I'm actually shocked by how well they're doing. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that we have seen them do very badly in the past. And it's like tonight, somebody's been practicing. I think they've been practicing. So let's see how they do on the killer side now, as we're going to be switching roles with Hellraisers on killer. And I do believe we're having a little bit of issues with my scoreboard. So I'm going to switch to the killer really fast. And then we're going to just fix that up right now. And then we'll come right back as I do that. Now, we do have a doctor. And doctor is a killer I probably would not bring personally. I don't really like doctor all that much from a killer perspective. He can be fun for sure on MMR and stuff, but as a competitive killer, I'm not so sure. However, they brought the doctor, so it is what it is, and he gets a nice first hit on Yui. Salty medic, and working his way around this jungle gym. Is she gonna be able to get to that pallet? Oh, she goes all the way around. And he is not landing his hits, unfortunately, at the moment. He does get that one, but it's already too late. The pallet has been dropped. She dropped it a little early in that case, and that was probably the wise thing to do. But, oh, she goes down at the window. Unfortunately, gonna be an early down. However, we also heard I believe, a totem went down. My ears are maybe deceiving me, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. And that is going to bring an early score now for Hellraiser's killer, getting that down so quickly. And he does run right by one of his lit totems. I don't know if Ace saw it or not, but Nate might be thinking, I want to kill Ace. I don't want him getting that totem. Although it may be too late. He may have already commuted that to his team. He does take a hit right outside the T loop, working his way around the L now. He's not going to be able to get to that loop, I don't think, in time. Maybe. Oh, I think he may have dead harded. I'm not sure. I couldn't see. No, I don't think it was a dead hard. No, that was no dead hard. And where is our killer friend? He's going back to the hook. He is not chasing that ace anymore. Instead, going back down for Salty Medic. Salty Medic going to be on the ground. Going to leave him on the ground. He is the obsession. Probably fearing for Decisive Strike. Not going to go for it. Instead, going to now chase the Dwight. Try to get a hit on the Dwight, but Dwight being abandoned already early. He does actually pick up Yui, and Yui does use Decisive Strike with now 2 gens remaining. This could be a very bad time to take Decisive Strike. I can speak. Keep your 6, folks.
Personally, I think Decisive is best eaten early.
I think so too. I think so too. And while he is technically eating it early, these survivors also got gens done early, so I don't know. Oh. And I think she made a mistake. They're thinking that perhaps she could bait the killer into going the other way, maybe got herself mind-gamed. Salty Medic now going to be on second hook as a result of that egregious error.
I think she was trying to use the styptic and messed up.
Do you think that's what it was? Yeah, she might have been,
I think so.
actually.
She stopped there and didn't do anything. I don't think that was a mind game. I think she just failed to use the styptic.
It's tough to say what's in people's heads, but that does actually seem to make sense, so I'm going to go with it. And I think she just failed. Maybe there was some kind of issue, but then we see Kush Bandit as well going down on top of the pallet. Perhaps going to be another hook, but he's not hooking him right away. He's going to leave him slugged while another generator gets done. These survivors are eating through generators right now. 3 minutes and 42 seconds, 3 generators done. That's about 1 generator per minute-ish. And now going for another hook. Kush Bandit Gas going to be on first hook. Salty Medic going to be unhooked right in front of the Doctor. Doctor does have to deal with borrowed time, though, as he is now going to continue chase with Yui. I think he wants to go ahead and go for the kill. He knows now she does not have Decisive Strike. He knows now that her borrowed time is done. She can't use it again. She's just dead-hearted. She got nothing left. She's going down and she's going out. That's the end of Salty Medic. 2 gens remaining is exactly what you want. You want to kill at about this time. So I would say this is a good call on the Doctor to have chased her down, tunneled her to death. And while it may hurt, it may sting a little, Salty Medic going to be a little salty about it, but it was the right call for the Doctor to do. And now using his power to get some detection, see where these survivors are, seeing a lot of blood on the ground, seeing a lot of scratch marks, not really sure who he's going to dedicate to. Instead, finds, I think, a healthy survivor, gets a little turned around, misses it, and she vaults through the window behind him. She is, or Doctor is wasting a lot of time as a result of that. These survivors, again, working on generators, about 70% on that generator. Very strong generator progressions right now, giving the Doctor a hard time. And he's getting a lot of hits on Kush Bandit with this.
Hey, Boggy, you do have a message from Sam.
I have a message from Sam. I hope it's not important.
You do.
Oh, let me see. Sam,
Oh, that is
what
another
this
gen
message?
getting popped. Wow. Man, these survivors were really eating through gens. You are not kidding. Good grief. That is second
4
up to Kush
generators done,
Bandit,
yeah.
too.
And I think they're getting another one done, too.
Night. Yeah, despite all this pressure the Doctor is putting on, even getting that early death, just powering through, just eating the gens like it's breakfast. Like, I'm genuinely impressed they're continuing to do that much through this pressure. Like, an early death is not an easy thing to get over.
No, it's not. But we know We Overslept has been doing a decent job practicing. And last season they struggled, but this season, even in the preseason, they didn't do terribly. They have had 1 win this season out of the possible 3, which, I mean, it's too early to say if that makes them a good team or a bad team. Certainly not of the stronger teams, but okay. Apparently some ping or lag or something, and we're having a little trouble tracking Dwight. Let's try to get back to the killer view. Oh, Dwight making a mistake, going out to the middle of nowhere. What's he going to do here? Nothing. He's got nothing going for him. Dwight going to go down outside the killer shack. As we see now, Cheryl getting the unhook on Ace. And Ace is going to be running off to the side, possibly to go for a reset. And Dwight's going to be on first hook at the moment. And he did not get any value out of that, but that tells you also that they're outside of your radius. So he does run across the map a little bit further. He does find Ace, the injured player, which is exactly what he needs. He goes down right inside the TNL loop, not able to go through the window. He tried to bait the hit, but failed. And that is going to be a 3rd hook now for Kush Bandit. With 1 generator remaining, these survivors could potentially push that out. But I don't know if they're going to be able to. G-Man is still on the hook. Kush Bandit's now going to be dead. Egregious is not injured, but it seems that he wants to just like continue working on the generator in hopes that maybe they can get those last points. And G-Man maybe going to hang on as long as possible to let her do that. And no, instead she lets go. She is now going for the unhook. This is a weird play to me. It is weird to me that she waited this long to get off the gen and go for the unhook. I think a better play would have done this a lot sooner while he was going in for the other hook, because now the Doctor could be coming right back here right now and could pressure them both immediately off the hook. And that is exactly what the Doctor's doing. He is on his way back right now to pressure these two survivors. However, he was a little bit slow to get there, possibly because the hook was on the other side of the map. Maybe slowed him down a little bit. And he is getting his power on the Cheryl very nicely. Salty Medic, Egregious, doing a pretty good job of getting away from the killer. Working her way around to another loop. Gets inside of it. Very nice. Somehow that tapped her, just barely. And he does get the... Oh, he got a down. Is that a Devour Hope I smell? I think it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a Devour Hope, and I think that this is going to be devastating for these survivors. They're going to just have to finish this generator. I don't think there's any world where they can actually get Devour Hope down and get out. I think they just need to maximize points and try to finish this generator and hope the Doctor doesn't smell where they are. But he does actually find him. Oh, I think he spotted him there. Yeah, he does. And he's going to have to get him down. I think this is going to be a four-man slug we're going to see. But as he does that, Cheryl gets herself off the hook and goes in for the... Ooh, she's going in for the totem. She did a deliverance play and is going in for the totem. Dwight is going to go down, but she might actually be able to get that totem out of the way and may be worth it, may not. A nice dead heart, though, but going into nowhere. He is going to go down right outside this loop. The jungle gym is going to be unfortunate. However, I think this totem is going to fall, but at what cost at this point? All it is blood points now. You're not getting any extra team points for this. This may not have been the play. You're still injured. You're not going to get much out of this. She still has a styptic agent. She jumps into the locker. And yeah, I think we're going to see a DS play. There it is. There's a decisive strike. She is going to get away, and she has one more saving grace for herself, which is that styptic agent. She's going to try to get across the map. I think hopeful that G-Man might be fully recovered by the time she gets there. And that's exactly what we're seeing. She's working her way there. She is not going to get it, though. Another attempt at a styptic and a fail. It may be lag. It may be some other issues going on, but they were not able to hit those styptic agents. And that's going to be it for both of these teams, or both of these players. And that is GG, I think. This Doctor closing up shop. A surprising performance, again, by Hellraisers, coming in quite strong. Hellraisers came in to perform, and they are showing it right now. They had a rough start to the season, but maybe we're seeing the underdogs come back through. And is he going to find the hatch as well and get that extra hatch point? Let's find out. I don't think he does. Nope, that's it. No. Look at that. 2 people dead below 10,000 points. That is just so depressing to see. Oh, God, that hurts my soul. That hurts me on the inside. And here's what we saw for the build, by the way. Crypto Intervention, Hex Undying, Devour Hope, Sloppy Butcher. This is something I like to see right here. Hex Undying, Devour Hope. Honestly, I've been talking about it. To me, this is by far at least one of the new metas that we're going to be seeing, I hope, more of. It is such a strong combination now that you can keep your stacks on Devour Hope when you lose Undying. It is just so good, in my opinion. I've been using it a lot. I did it on the PTB as well. It is very strong, surprisingly strong. And I want to see more of it. I don't know if it's going to be meta for this league. It may or may not be, but it worked out right now. It worked out today against these survivors, and maybe it'll continue to work out. We'll have to see how it works against other survivors as well. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and do our post-game review, and then we'll let Rue do his post-game analysis. We'll be right back, folks. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. See you in a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are watching Week 4 matchups with conference rivals We Overslept versus Hellraisers, and I hope you're enjoying the show, everyone. This is Vigo Scourt. This was trial number 2, and here is what you witnessed. We saw 4 generators getting done, not quite able to pull out a 5-gen. I think there was a big mistake going for that totem at the end instead of finishing that generator to get that extra point. With 0 escapes, though, we saw also 10 hooks, and of course a 4K. Phenomenal performance by the killer in this one. We overslept 8 to Hellraisers 25 in trial number 2. That's going to leave Hellraisers leading still going into trial number 3. As we continue, we're going to look at some highlights from this game, and Rue is going to take us through that. Thank you so much, Rue. Welcome back, sir. You're here. You're here.
But
why? What?
But I don't wanna. I don't wanna be. No. Oh,
you don't have a choice.
No, but like, right? Oh no, but for real though, that was a spicy turn of events with the instant down. I still think the Doctor was going to pull it out regardless because it's 2 survivors versus 1. Again, really good job just tunneling one of these survivors out of the game early and making eating the DS early guarantees like they got the borrowed time. They're gone. Like they were gone so quickly, and then Kush followed very quickly afterward. Again, putting them at very low blood points, which is honestly, it's a good strategy in my opinion to deny them the bonus blood points at the end. Tunnel someone out of the game and make them get less than 8,000 blood points. That is disgusting for their teammates to try and pull them back from as far as the bonus points. It's a great form of point denial. Also just applying pressure, and that's what they did afterward. I have to agree too that the Undying Devour Hope is really spicy now, because the fun part with it is, yes, it now is synergistic, but you could also just take Haunted Ground, and if they see 2 totems, it's like, well, is it Haunted Ground or is it, Devour Hope and Undying? You gotta break it to find out. And so you can kind of keep survivors guessing if you want, because if you see 2 totems, is it a trap or is it good stuff? So I don't know. I think it's really cute, the mind games you can play with that. And we've seen Haunted Grounds used before recently as well, which is kind of spicy. So I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. I'm excited to see where we go from that. Well, once the rest of this patch is addressed, I do like a lot of the changes that brought with it, but at the same time, we'll just wait for the game to get to a state where it's playable again. We'll see less Coal Tower and more diversity among maps eventually. I'm hoping sooner rather than later, but it's whatever. As far as like the actual gameplay, Survivors did really good. Just they were crunching down gens really, really well. I have no complaints there. Doctor was in chase, you saw gens popping off. Doctor was switching between chases, defending hook, gens were popping off. But it slowed down drastically once they finally tunneled that person out of the game, which is to be expected. You lose one of your worker bees, right? You lose rotational power. Whereas, normally you have at least 2 people on a gen. Well, now, if you're lucky, you'll have 2 people on a gen at that point. So, and despite that, they held well. They still got a gen jammed out, but once they went for the second tunnel, it was a rough streak. I'm surprised they went and bravely did the Deliverance play. I don't know if I would have done that just to deny them the hook, because yes, despite the fact they got Deliverance, they got some good plays out of it. It didn't advance their points, and it gave an additional set of points to the killer that I don't know if I would have done that. So take that for what you will. It's a call. It's a call in the moment. It's the heat of the moment. You can't say for sure. I will say once the Devour Hope was revealed, I was surprised. I wouldn't have gone for it. I would just said, okay, GG, we'll take our beating. We'll come back next game.
I feel like that Devour Hope would have been devastating no matter what, just the way it looked. But guys, we got these teams readying up again, so we're gonna jump in, and Myers just saying hello. We're gonna go back in right now as we wait for them to load in. Here we go. I think they're readying up completely. Lucian is the last one. Lucian Garcia now going to be killing for these survivors. Same survivor squad. Nothing's changed about the survivor squad. Just a different killer now, I believe, instead of FXCKZ
same
on
person.
the team. Is it? Wait, are you sure?
Yep, Lucian killed last time, I thought.
Are you? Oh,
Was
I'm
that not
crazy.
Lucian?
I am dumb. I am so sorry.
Yeah, that was Lucian.
I am so sorry, guys. I had to go get the door for a second, and I got a little bit distracted and forgot what the hell just happened. So we're
How
back.
dare you?
I know. I'm such an ass. All right, we're going to go to another rules video really quick, and we'll be right back after this. Thank you for your patience. All right, folks, we're going to be looking at how the survivors side earns their points, and let's look at all their objective score points, counting down from 5 generators. 5 and 4 are worth 1 point each, 3 and 2 gens are worth 2 points each, and 1 is worth 3 points. 1 escape is worth 1 point, 2 escapes is worth 2 points, 3rd escape is worth 4 points, and the 4th escape a total of 5 points. Every 16,000 scored is worth 1 point. First to hatch also gets 1 point. Survivor penalties: bringing banned or limited items, perks, or add-ons is minus 10 points. Changing build after reset is also minus 10 points. And starting with the wrong skin or avatar or a non-listed roster player is minus 5 points as well. All right, folks, we're going to be looking at how the survivors side. And we're back here again with Week 4 matchup. Conference rivals, We Overslept versus Hellraisers. And, oh boy, a close game right now. Let's see what we got going on. Here is what's going on. And close game, I really don't mean it's actually not that close at all. But it's like it could be closer. We Overslept. Oh, goodness. They are struggling tonight. What are we going to do, Rue? What are we going to do? If you're these survivors, what are you going to do right now?
Cry deeply. Like, you took a beating from Doctor, now you see Spirit? Oh.
Yeah. Exactly. And
Hellraisers is making a response right now.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you see the Spirit and you go, shit, we just took a massive hit from the Doctor. What are we really going to do? My thinking is, if you're going to do anything, it's going to have to be play it super safe. And, oh gosh, yeah, I mean, like, that's an example right there. Drop the frickin' pallet. Don't give a crap. It's a god pallet. Who cares? Drop it. Get it out of the way. Your survivors are doing gens. Let them do their generators. We do see Crypt Intervention, and possibly, I think we saw Sloppy Butcher as well. Survivors are working, and they do see Ruin also. So they're aware that there's a Ruin and a Sloppy Butcher and a Crypt Intervention going on. There's only one more totem. What could it be? Interesting whiff there by Lucian Garcia. By the way, in the database, he's listed as Lotion Garcia. It's actually Lucian with a U. Anyway, Fang gonna go down. FXCK said down on the ground. Not early enough, though, for that first gen to pop. However, a 1-for-1. Ooh, actually not going to be a 1-for-1 anymore. After this generator pops, it's going to be 2 generators off the map. That is unlucky. And Ace coming in to help finish it quickly before Spirit can come pressure. 2 generators down, and we do see, oh, a haunted ground exposed. These guys are gonna be downed if they're not careful. They need to go hide away somewhere and watch out, because this is gonna be 1 minute of exposed. And let's see how they can handle it. Current score 45-23. As we work our way into 1 minute of silence for the survivors. If I were them, I would just not do anything for this whole time. Not even the unhook. Let him progress. Oh, but he gets caught. He gets seen. The Spirit finds him, and this could be down for Ace. Let's see how he does now. He's got to announce to his team, hey, I'm in chase right now. Go get the unhook as you can. Do it quickly. Oh, but then Yui also getting caught out. Unlucky. Salty Medic just hiding away. Wrong place, wrong time. And I believe Kush Bandit brought the danger with him. Had to be a miscommunication in comms, where he just ran to the wrong place or something.
Sandbag so hard.
Mistakes were made and survivors were killed as a result.
Can we get F's in chat for Salty Medic?
I can assure you, though, no aces were harmed in the making of this error. So here we go, as Fang is now going to be healing herself up, fully healed now as they're resetting. Haunted Grounds is done. Instead of continuing to slug and go for 2 or 3 man down, she just went for that first hook immediately, which may not have been the best play. Perhaps she could have chased down the ace really quick who was right nearby or something, but she did not. She got the hook, went for the hook instead. 2 hooks now, with Dwight dropping the pallet early, exactly as I would have said. Drop those pallets early. Don't give a crap, because right now you guys are falling behind, way behind, and there's going to have to be a massive pickup in their scoring, which means they want to deny the killer points. Deny, deny, deny. And the best way to do that is to keep the chases going and also prevent them from getting you by doing something like that. Dropping that pallet early again. Dwight working his way around, but, oh, and a nice dead hard Ashley comes out of phase. Really well played by the Dwight. Let's try to get it from his point of view here as he works his way around another pallet, dropping it early, but this could be an unsafe one. He goes around the wrong side. No more dead hard, but she whiffs it onto the spool thing, whatever that thing is. Does go for the vault, and unfortunately gonna go down around the outside. Now, that was a decently long chase. Wasn't long enough, though, for the survivors to get stuff done. However, let's take a look at our survivor squad. We do see now that they are working on gens, but not quite far enough. 80%, I think, on that one. It could be done soon. Gonna pop, yeah, I think so. It'll be 2 and 3. No, 3 and 3. So once again, we are back at 1 for 1. The killer has managed to sort of even the score slightly. Where now we have 3 hooks and 3 generators.
I feel for the spirit on that hit. I have been getting some really bad swings recently as a killer.
I mean, you can get vacuumed very easily while making those turns. It's very, very easy to get that auto aim thing happening at you. But, oh, wow. Ace did a pretty good job of getting away from the killer around there. Unfortunately, she gets a little too close. A dead hard saves him, though, as she does take the whiff at the window. Ace trying to do a dumb tech at the window, and it kind of works. She does go for the hit, but does miss. However, at the round here, does not quite make it to the pallet and does go down, unfortunately. And that is going to be first hook for all survivors. Kush Bandit taking his first hook as well. So everybody's been hooked once.
Thing worth noting that these survivors are doing really well that they didn't do last game is they are constantly resetting off hook. Everyone is healed.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Worth mentioning, I would have liked to have seen them do that against the Doctor. I feel like they would have survived quite a bit better against Doctor if they had been healing more. But they did not really do that. But they are doing it now. I think they might have learned a lesson, and it's playing out well for them. They're staying alive a lot longer. Their chases are going on quite a bit longer. They're able to juke the killer a bit more and play around it and get gens done in the process. And as a result, only 4 hooks to 2 generators remaining. Not bad. Using a live to get through the window. Very nice.
That Yui used up the spirit right there, just saying.
She really did. That was a lot of time. A lot of time. She just milked that TNL loop. It was beautifully played. Now, is she going to continue? Yeah, she does. And another whiff on the spirit. Very nice. As she's working her way around another one of these loops. Salty Medic playing phenomenally at the moment. Does take a hit here. Is going to go through the coal tower. Work around. And an adrenaline play going to save her ass. That hit meant nothing. That was a worthless hit. Because now she's fully healed and it doesn't even matter anymore. And now the only one injured is Kush Bandit Gas. The survivors are working on getting the doors open, but the spirit is coming in for the hit. We also see Fang running right into the hatch on the ground. And Ace, again, the only one injured besides Fang now, is going to be going for his gate. Might be better to put the uninjured survivors on it, but oh, and a Styptic agent play by Fang. Very well done. She is going to continue her play through this loop, trying to loop the killer a little bit. Is it going to be enough, though? She sees she goes the wrong direction, and she gets a grab out of the window. Very nicely played by the spirit. Wow. She got caught out just for a moment, and she goes, oh, God, I think she shit herself. It looked like she might have pooped herself a bit. Might need to wipe the poop out of your pants on that one. If you see that playback, she looks to her left and goes, crap, the killer's over there, and immediately makes a 180 for the other direction. It was fascinating. Anyway, killer currently phase walking around. I think she's going to camp this. Only able to secure 5 hooks right now. Are they going to go for the unhook? They're right near the gate. If there's a time to do an unhook play, this might be it.
I think survivors can make a play out here. I think they all escape.
I'm just waiting to see what they're healing up right now. They're getting ready, and I think they're going to go for the play. They're lining up like they want to do it. We see 2 of them now lining up for it as well. Dwight, Ace on the other side, and Yui on the other side of that one, going in for both, tempting her, trying to get a hit on her, trying to block it now. There's really not much they can do. The killer really isn't much she can do except get the hit on Dwight. Now somebody, Yui, go for it. Yes, that's it. Yui gets the unhook. Very nicely played. Fang does go down, though. No borrowed time from Yui. Oh, that would have been the thing to have, though. Oh, no. Big mistake getting the unhook like that and not having the borrowed time to do it. I know what they were thinking, that maybe she could have dead-hearted through or something or gotten through it, but it just wasn't enough. Oh, but a decisive strike gonna save her ass. She picked her up too early. And she gets into the hatch as well. Jesus Christ. Oh, it was like a photo finish.
Wow.
Hatch, 2 gates, 5 gens, 4-man escape. Just insane play right now by We Overslept's Survivor Squad. Holy crap. They really played it different from that Doctor game. Just a complete turnaround on the game. And that build, by the way, fascinating. Let's take a look at it really quick. Dark Intervention, Hex Underground, Hex Ruin, and Sloppy Butcher.
That was impressive. I was as soon as she got down, I was like, wait, they're near the door. As long as she has DS, she's living. It just happened to be that they also got out right as she picked her up, so that you remember what Deity did against the pig that one time. They left right as the DS happened, so that you could DS while the spirit's still in stun, get the hatch.
Right.
Oh my word. Oh, that was gorgeous. That was absolute highlight reel for a save right there, in my opinion.
I was not expecting her to get up that fast. Like, she picked her up immediately, and I was thinking, if she has DS, that's a bad call. Now, granted, she may have just been able to crawl to the exit, so there may have been nothing she could have done.
Yeah.
But
I think she was just eating it just in case. I don't know.
It was risky, and for sure, though, them getting out just in time for her to get the hatch, beautifully done, because she could maybe have made an extra play there. But no, they just dominated it. Yeah. Kami sucks in the chat. They just dominated. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. Fantastic play overall. Fantastic.
Shout out Kami, what's up?
Sorry, you got me a score, Rue? Are we good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go.
All right, so we're going to do our post-game review real quick. Come back for game number 4 in just a moment. Here is what we're doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just saw Week 4 matchup, conference rivals, We Overslept versus Hellraisers. And this was trial number 3. You're watching Vigo's Court, and here is what you just witnessed. We saw how many generators get done, folks? You remember? 5. That's right. All 5 generators getting done with a full team escape. 4-man out. Very well played overall, with 5 hooks from the killer. Not a bad killer game, but not great either because of the 0K. So unfortunately, not a strong showing from Hellraiser's team, but 30-9 in favor of We Overslept that game. They did fantastic. May have actually closed the gap on that score. Hellraisers leading going into trial number 4, but We Overslept took that trial. Strong trial. Very well done. We're going to see the last game in just a moment. As we ready up, the team's gonna have to get together, and we'll start the next lobby. However, here are your highlights.
That was unexpected, honestly, because look at the score now, 53-51. That game single-handedly brought them back from that score deficit. It just immediately. Honestly, if you looked at the points, 30 points is nothing to sneeze at. That is a phenomenal amount of points. Getting all the bonus points you can, and honestly, I'm also genuinely shocked that Spirit Doctor didn't seem to struggle. I don't know why the Spirit had so much of an issue. I mean, we saw a lot. I think the whiffs might have actually added up over time. I'm not really sure. There was a lot of swings that they did not get that you would expect a Spirit to get sometimes. So I don't know. That was shocking. Yeah, we will say, like, oh man, they brought a Spirit. This is, insult to injury. Hellraiser's going to to put a cap on the game, and didn't see that at all from the Spirit. Now, to be fair, Hellraisers is going back to be Survivor for this last match, so it is definitely much easier to come back if you're the Survivor group. And Hellraisers does have some of the elites, so you just got to deny as many hooks as possible and just get a decent escape. It is definitely still, I would say it's still heavily, or not heavily, but it is favoring Hellraisers, I would say, going into this last match, but it's not favoring them near as much as it was. Not by a long shot. Also, I love that Hellraisers has We Overslept as their logo. I love you, Poggy. Anyway, the prayer beads, I understand, but the whole point of prayer beads is to cat and mouse. What that's from my understanding, because everyone hears the whooshing sound, so no one knows if they're actually sticking on them. And I didn't see a lot of cat and mouse play They also had Ruin, if I remember correctly, and I didn't see a lot of Ruin value because, again, and especially at the end there, like Yui Salty Medic absolutely took the Spirit for like, what was that? Almost a minute chase plus, and the Spirit had nothing to show for it. Just, I think they committed too hard to a lot of these chases where this build screams cat and mouse, which is what Spirit is fantastic for, but we didn't see cat and mouse, and I think that was probably the issue, because running Sloppy is great for cat and mouse, Ruin is great for cat and mouse. I don't know, they had good pressure at the early bit, but it didn't really carry through. I don't know, things fell apart really quickly for Spirit. They just didn't maintain the pressure, and just honestly, this chase at the end was painful to watch as a killer, man. I'm just like, oh no, just leave, just go. She literally ran her for 2 gens. Like, you just don't see that. I don't know what happened. Maybe they panicked and they just got, literally, seeing red, just blood focused on killing them. I don't know. That was... We'll see how they respond, because at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we were left like, all right, we are this close to clutching it out. Bring out the Freddy. Bring out, if you got any aces, you bring it out this game. Because you are this close to possibly clutching it out. It's just, I would say, let's see. Okay, so if you're We Overslept, I would bring probably an SA tier killer, and I would say, hey, your goal is getting 9 hooks and at least 2 kills, and we can clutch this out. I think 9 hooks, that is a majority of your hook structure you need for the points. The 2 kills to deny them from getting too many escape points, and I think you can clutch out the victory here. Because again, 9 hooks, 2 kills is a lot of blood points for you as well. Especially if you tunnel someone out really quickly, get 3 hooks on a tunnel. That's someone dead immediately. That's a full 3 hook. I don't know. We'll see. That's what if I was We Overslept, I would pull no punches here. I mean, the Hellraisers wasn't going to. They brought a Spirit, just happened to not work out for them. They weren't going to hold punches. Like, seriously, you're up like 25-something points in a lead, and you take a Spirit against them. You're definitely trying to make a statement, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you think?
What do I think? Do you really want to know what I think?
Yeah, what do you
think?
think?
Know if that's...
What do you think?
Oh, gosh, I mean, if you bring Hex Ruin, you got to pressure gens, and she just really wasn't pressuring gens that much in this one, unfortunately. So, I mean, it was just bad play from that perspective, I think. I think she could have done a lot better of just getting on the gens, chasing servers off, and we just didn't see that. And like you said, she got stuck on that Yui for a good, 30 seconds or so, 45, maybe even got to Bloodlust 3 for all we know. But, I mean, geez,
she was easily a minute.
She was just hooked on her, and that lost her another, what was it, 2 gens? 1 gen? Something like that?
It literally was a 2-gen chase, yeah.
Yeah, that's devastating. You don't want to do that, especially that late in the game. At 3 gens left, you don't need to be dedicating to those long chases, especially when you have 4 survivors left and healing, fully healed survivors. You gotta make your choice. You gotta mark your targets, and that was not the target to go for. Not the one who's sitting there eating up all of your time. Just not good.
Also,
overall, I think it could have been a lot better.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Clay in the chat said, "I'm actually really proud of Salty. It's not even funny. Like, for real, Salty had MVP of this particular trial. Just a 2-gen chase, and they didn't even go down from it. They got the adrenaline. They used everything to their advantage. Absolutely insane play from We Overslept. Absolutely insane play. I was impressed. My heart also hurt for Spirit.
These survivors are truly surprising. Truly.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
I'm genuinely shocked. And
not Dr. Shock?
No. And if I may, by the way, Rue, to my defense, the reason why you see the score up there the way it is with the Hellraisers and the We Overslept logos swapped, it's because you're seeing the recording logos. And I have the actual current score overlaid on top of the recording. So it's swapped because we've already moved on to the next game. Look, I can swap it back just to make you sad. Just to make you sad. Watch me.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah.
Oh, see, now it's correct.
Don't do it.
Bite me. Oh, you don't get to do this. All right, well, stop it. Stop it now.
Sorry.
Oh, God.
I love you.
I forgot where you are. There you are. All right, so
I'm a chat window. What do you know?
A chat window.
Probably a better look for me.
So
for
they're
being
getting
honest
ready
here.
right now. We're getting ready to go into trial number 4. I hope you guys enjoying your evening so far. I'm loving this game. It is tight. It's close. There's been some really big, egregious mistakes made from both sides.
Yeah.
But there's also been some phenomenal plays from these survivors, and the Doctor Killer was really good. So I can't deny that. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. But goodness gracious. It seems like these guys did actually come here to compete tonight, and we're definitely seeing that. I just don't know if we're seeing optimal play. Some of them are making some mistakes that may be unrecoverable into the next game. We'll see if they're able to capitalize going into this last game. We're going to be see We Overslept, I believe, killing. Is that right?
Yep, that is correct. So here's the thing: is that you're right, because We Overslept made a phenomenal 4-man escape at that end there, and a phenomenal run. But at the same time, yeah, you've had some mistakes. Like, I can't believe they got 4K'd by Doctor, but they got a 4-man escape against Spirit. Like, that's just does not compute,
Especially on Coal Tower, a smaller map like that.
Right?
But anyway, oh God, it's crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last time for tonight that we're going to be playing the rules video. We'll be right back after these messages from me telling you about the rules. Hello everyone, we're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. Okay, folks, we're back here again. Week 4 matchups, conference rivals We Overslept versus Hellraisers. And we're seeing an extremely close matchup. It's actually true this time. First time I said it, I was just kidding. But now we're actually serious. Holy crap, this score, 51-53, currently favoring Hellraisers, but not by a lot. However, their first game was really excellent. Let's see if they can pull it out again against whatever killer they got. Let's see what we got here. Oh, they're answering in kind with their own doctor. We Overslept is saying, you doctor it up, we doctor it up. We're going to bring it home. Let's see how they do against a doctor, if they're able to cope with it. Now, we did see a little bit of lag there. And I think the first one he finds is Dwight, working his way around the corner. I'm not sure if he actually spotted him. He did spot him. He's going to work his way around. He gets a nice whiff on him, though. He's going to work his way towards the loop, try to get on that pallet. Wants to drop it early, is able to, but can't get back over it to vault it. The Doctor's power preventing the vault play. Really well played by the Doctor on that one. We did hear a totem drop already. And Doctor is committing to this chase, and maybe for good reason. Oh, but Dwight using a dead hard to get through. Very nice pallet stun as well. He's going to get his save and go into the killer shack, and Doctor seems is going to be abandoning that Dwight, perhaps. No, he is choosing to commit. This could be really bad. Now, one thing I can say, we saw Hex Ruin drop almost immediately. And again, we're seeing exactly what we saw last time. And I know we don't like to cover it a lot, but Ty had already covered it a little bit, and he's absolutely right. We're seeing Hex Ruin and Pop Goes the Weasel. And it's just like he said, you got no value out of Hex Ruin. It was a wasted perk slot. And if you didn't get, value out of Pop Goes the Weasel, it's the same thing the other way around. So I definitely have to agree, that was probably a mistake in the build. But we do see him now getting Pirate 5555 down. And 1 generator completing. I don't understand why we keep seeing Hex Ruin and Pop Goes the Weasel. Rue, is there something I don't know? Because, I mean, I've heard maybe you use Pop Goes the Weasel as a backup, but that seems to be more of an MMR thing and not a competitive thing.
It works in theory, right? But that's the thing, is that when you actually look at the statistics and the results, like, Tide was saying, results aren't always as you think they should be.
Whoa.
And
that was a
so far
laggy
I've never
grab.
seen it work. Very laggy.
It's a really
true.
laggy grab, but a very nice grab by the Doctor. However, 2 gens are now done. And I think she tried to dead hard into the window to prevent him from getting a hit, but he didn't go for the hit at the right time. And instead, he was able to capitalize on a grab. Doctor now using his power, trying to get some screams out of people. Doesn't see a single person. I think he might have caught a glimpse of the injured player, Pirate, over here working his way around. But I think Pirate might have turned around, gone back the other way. Doctor seems to think the same thing. He seems to have lost track of him. However, he does catch up to him here, finally finding him. He does Dead Hard into the pallet. Now using his Dead Hard, no longer going to have exhaustion perk for the rest of the chase. But Doctor is committing to kicking it as now 3 gens are down. We've seen only 2 hooks from this Doctor so far. Lone Wolf Legend is still on the hook, has not been unhooked yet. Doctor might be going back to harass the people who are going in for the unhook. And that's exactly what we see. However, there's still a pallet down over there, which the players could use to their advantage. And Doctor is going to try to prevent it. Does take a hit. She is going to get the unhook. But in the Doctor's face, probably not to play a 1-for-1 trade by Lucian. And Lou,
in all
I think
fairness,
she's going down too, maybe? No.
In all fairness, they've got 3 gens done. So you might be able to just get away with the 1-for-1 trades if he's not pressuring gens. He's not using pop, that's the thing.
Yeah, he has not used pop or ruin. He didn't get any value out of ruin. Ruin was gone almost immediately. Pop goes the weasel. He hasn't gone to kick a single generator. This Doctor is not playing very well at all. He is struggling to get anything done. He's not using his build that he brought with him. It's just so sad to see. I don't know if it's the pressure of the game or what, but...
Yeah, I like ruin for early game, pop for late game. I get that. I haven't seen it used that way. I don't think anyone has seen it used that way so far. So I understand, again, it works in theory, it works in principle. It's not being used that way. So what's the point?
That was the first Pop Goes the Weasel that we've seen. We're at 4 gens done, and that is just not ideal. Now, he does get a hit on Lucian and another one on Fang, so he does have everybody injured and 1 player down. He could snowball here. That is possible. But up to this point, he hasn't been playing optimally for sure. He does have Save the Best for Last. Yes, he is swinging quite fast.
Man, no wonder he's churning. I like that. I like Save the Best for Last.
I mean, that's a good part of the build, but he is currently just a 2-perk killer. I mean, if you think he has barely used Pop Goes the Weasel. If he uses it now, then I will eat my words, but we haven't seen him use it that much.
So he doesn't have a 3-gen, and Survivors, yeah, they need to reset right now. Otherwise, this could be bad.
That's exactly what they're doing. They are resetting. They're getting ready. They want to go for the unhook, but Doctor, using his power, is going to find them and is going to be able to harass them out of preventing the heal. However, the healthy one's going to try to take the hit. Baits out a whiff. Does eventually take the hit, and they are going to have to reset again. There is a little bit of pressure now coming from the Doctor. And I think Cheryl's going to eat it here. Maybe. This is a very unsafe pallet. Let's see how she does. It's going to depend on whether or not she can get to it in time. No, she goes down right inside the pallet. Not quite able to make it into it to actually get it down, unfortunately. And that's going to be another hook for the Doctor. And as they get the unhook on Lone Wolf Legend as well, and now again going to try to reset. They're going to go upstairs, get to some safety, enough the distance away from the Doctor, I believe, to either reset or do the gen. No, they're choosing to do the gen. I think they are thinking maybe we can't reset because the Doctor keeps finding us quickly, so we may not be able to. And also, I believe Lone Wolf Legend was just unhooked as well. Yeah, going to the Cold Tower makes sense. Lone Wolf Legend was also just recently unhooked and may have Decisive Strike because she is the Obsession. And she does get into locker. Yeah, that's a Decisive Strike player right there. That's the hallmark of a Decisive Strike performer. Right there. Right in your face. You hate to see it, but Doctor going to have to abandon that chase. Does not want to eat a DS this late in the game. That 5-second stun can be devastating. And as we see Doctor now lining up for Fang. Yeah, he is on the generator right now, I think, and that is unfortunate. That was the one they were working on, the one they were working on completing. Fang, though, taking aggro from the Doctor. And she is healthy. She's the only healthy survivor. I think it might have been a mistake for Doctor to focus on the Fang. Instead, should have gone with one of the injured survivors. She has not been hooked once and was fully healthy when he started this chase. She has balanced landing as well. Gets a little extra speed boost off of the top of the Cold Tower. Extending the chase just a little bit, but there's no safety over here. No more pallet. Only a window. Going to try to bait a hit there. No, not able to do it. And unfortunately goes down at the window. I think she panicked a bit. Not really sure what to do as a result of not seeing a pallet there.
Oh goodness, the anxiety from not looking behind was killing me.
Agreed. I mean, I don't like to see it. I really don't. But I mean, what are you going to do? And Dwight now taking aggro from the doctor. Dwight, of course, injured. D-Rack still on the ground, but we see Cheryl going in for the unhook or for the pickup. And Dwight is going to continue the chase with the doctor. Doctor may or may not be committing. No, he's definitely committing. He's going to double vault.
Mistake.
That was definitely a mistake. You don't want to double vault that early, I think. You're going to lose that third one. And oh, of course, he doesn't have anywhere else to go. There is no pallet over here. The only thing he has is this wall. Doctor, though, is struggling to catch up with him, but I think this is going to be it. Is he going to make it somewhere? I don't think so. No, he goes down. Not going to be enough. He is, however, exhausted. I think he tried to use a dead heart at the last second, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't soon enough.
Actually, I was referring to the fact that Doctor chased him out there. These guys should finish a gen. Well, okay, they should have finished a gen. I don't know if they will, but...
No, they're not. They're going to now, I think. Yeah, they're going to finish this one. No, I think it was a mistake, though, for him to do that, but also he did go down. He's going to be dead on hook, I think.
He died on hook?
Yeah, he is dead on hook. Yep.
Oh, he was dead on hook? I thought he just died. Like, he something.
I think he did. I think maybe the struggle bug happened, quite possibly. That could have been a struggle bug.
Oh, struggle bug. Oh, no.
We might need to address that because that seems a little bit fishy to me. However, at the same time, the survivors may not have actually gone for the unhook anyway. It's tough to say. We haven't really seen them do that a whole lot. We saw them do it once on the other team, but Hellraisers already showed they don't like to make that kind of call.
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl is going to take the hit, not able to get the exit gate open. Going to vault through the window with a quick and quiet and get into a locker, and I believe they're going to get out of here, quite possibly. That gate is not 99, though. That is unfortunate. Going to take another hit. Might even get down here. She is desperate to get it open. She does get it open. Is she going to get out? Doctor not able to make it. He got sidetracked with the... No, Megan going down right outside the exit gate. That's going to be a hook for Megan, and I believe Fang is going to wait by the exit. She may be kicked out by the doctor, though. Yeah, he is going to chase her out of there. Doesn't even need to. She just leaves. And unfortunately, that's a two-man death right now as Lucian is going to find the hatch and take the hatch out. Kind of just waiting on that. She does get it just in time. That was close. That was really close. Not an overall bad game. That was one gate, I think.
Okay,
I might have to check in with them later, but I think that was
a hook progression. I went back and looked at the VOD. I think it was a hook bug, yeah.
It was. It seemed like a hook bug.
Bummer.
But I heard the noise, and I was like, he's dead on hook. And I'm like, wait a minute. He was on the hook like 5 seconds ago. It had to be something else that went wrong. And I think that's what it was. I think it was the hook, the struggle bug that we've been talking about. If you guys aren't familiar with what the hell we're talking about, by the way, we're talking about something called a when you struggle on hook, and for some reason it just does not register that you're struggling, and you end up dying on hook as a result. It's something that's been happening. I think it's on PlayStation. I haven't seen it happening on PC. I have not, personally.
It's a network issue. It lags out and doesn't take the input.
Yeah, it may be a PS4 network issue. It may be something to do with like specific NAT issues. I have no idea what the issue is, but we did see it happen today, I think, unfortunately. Unless they killed themselves on purpose, which I would be really surprised by. But it's not impossible, right? Anyway, we're good to go. We're going to take a look at this post-game review, go into some highlights, and then we're going to close out the show after that, and we'll be back in just a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just been watching Week 4 matchups. Conference rivals, We Overslept versus Hellraisers. Oh, yes, and boy, did they raise some hell today, and so did We Overslept. Fantastic job by both teams in a lot of ways. Also, a lot of mistakes from both teams, though, but we did see 5 generators getting done for this team with 2 escapes. Not bad at all, and I think this will be enough for Hellraisers in their final score. 8 hooks for the killer. Not bad, but not great either, with only 2 kills. I don't know what it is. I did not see the last score. 70-73 in favor of Hellraisers. Super tight game. But Hellraisers ultimately is going to be convicted of murder. So well done to Hellraisers for taking the game tonight. We're going to be looking at some of these highlights. As Rue, maybe you can comment on it a little bit. I don't know if we're going to be able to do interviews tonight, but we will see.
Yeah, so I think that honestly, it's kind of crazy. I think the hook bug actually might have mattered more than we realize, because instead of being a potential unhook and failed escape attempt, it just resulted in a hook progression for them. So, and again, like that's not to say like that was the actual like crushing part here. This was an insanely tight game. This was 19-20 for the final score of this trial. It was insanely close. If the doctor had gotten one more hook, if it at any point in time, it was so tight. It was so tightly played. It's crazy. Again, we only saw how many times did Pop come into play here? I think he only kicked one gen, and even then that gen was like at 25%, so it had barely started. I don't think we saw Pop ever get any good value, and I think ultimately, like the play that lost the game for Doctor, or, you know, quote unquote lost the game. It was a pretty tight game, but the most like convincing play was chasing the Dwight into the shack. I think that was a mistake. If I see that a survivor is taking me away from a gen area that I know is being aggressed, I do not initiate that chase. I leave it. They're injured, let them go heal up, waste time. I want to make sure my gen over here is regressing, and I do not want them touching gens in my area. It wasn't quite a 3-gen, but the gens were so close together, you probably could have at least been able to static blast everybody from that area. So I think leaving that area to chase the Dwight to shack, I think that was a mistake, in my opinion. I think that might have been the nail in the coffin, because otherwise I think they would have pressured them. There would have been a death. You had two other survivors that were death hook, not just the Dwight. Like, 'cause the Dwight wasn't even death hook. The Dwight wasn't death hook. They were second hook. The only reason they died is because like they got progressed to third stage in death hook. You could have killed two other survivors. I don't know. Again, it's heat of the moment. You can't. It's hard to make judgments in the heat of the moment, especially like I'm looking at this from a killer perspective constantly. So I don't know. I wouldn't have initiated that chase. Survivors did good. They were crushing gens. This is a much better showing from them than the first game, I would say, as far as getting gens done. They pushed through gens despite the pressure that Doctor was exerting on them. So well played in that regard. Very well played. Yeah, just tough. That was such a close game. And I know that chat wasn't really expecting, I don't think they were expecting Hellraisers to win. So, you know, kind of an underdog play today. Impressive. I'm sure they're happy as all get out for it though. So congrats to Hellraisers. Very close game. Very well played. And I'm curious what they have to take away for.
I don't see anyone for post-game interviews, so I think we're probably just going to be closing it out tonight. Unfortunately, I apologize to everybody for that, but we'll see about that next time. We're missing a agent. We usually have an agent here who handles this stuff. His name is Sam.
An agent of mischief.
I don't know where the hell he is, but he is busy doing agent stuff. So we're gonna let him continue to do that, and we're just gonna not complicate things. If you guys want to, tomorrow I think we're back at the same time. Is that right, Rue?
I believe yes. I believe it's a doubleheader, 7 and 10 o'clock.
Let me just double check who's playing that day. Yeah, let me take a look.
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't actually know who's playing. I know that UA is playing Loop Artists.
Tomorrow that was tonight. Tomorrow's Undying Alliance versus Loop Artists at 7, and then at 10 it's 4 Dwights, 1 Locker versus CDM. So there you go. That is the thing tomorrow, and I believe Guildspire is going to be doing tomorrow's hosting. So in your stead, since you're going to be busy and all, you know.
Yep. All hail the Guildspire.
Guys, if you really enjoyed tonight's game, if you really thought it was gut-wrenching or nail-biting, leave us a nice, sexy oof in the chat. We also have, guess what? There's one more giveaway we did not do. And I think we should do it now. We should close the show out with a giveaway.
That's a really good point. We completely forgot.
Rue, you tell me right now, what is the word that we're going to use for the giveaway?
Saucy.
Saucy. SAUCY. Anybody who says saucy, you are eligible to win one Steam only code for, what is it? The Twins?
Silent Hill DLC.
The Silent Hill DLC. Thank you. The Silent Hill DLC. So feel free to chime in on that. We'll wait a minute here while we get ready to close out the show, and Rue will
we actually do have Zed from We Overslept. We can get in real quick for an interview while we do this. Want to
I
do
guess
that
you
real
could do
quick?
that. Yeah. Go ahead. Let's let
Yeah.
the chat do their thing, and don't forget
I actually
Saucy.
can't pull them in.
Saucy. Okay, neither can I.
Oh, never. I can. I have magic
oh.
powers. Aha! I can drag Zed into the chat.
A magician
You're in my
over
clutches.
here.
Right? Exactly. Zed, you there?
Zed is
Hello,
here.
how's it going?
Hello.
Going pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm alright. A little disappointed that we lost that game, but I mean, Hellraisers played really well. I can't really take anything from them.
True. That was a very, very close game. It seemed like for the most part, you guys had a really good showing. That second, or should I say, the third trial against the Spirit. What was this so different about the Spirit game and the Doctor game? I would have imagined Spirit would be much more atrocious to fight than the Doctor. What was different?
So, we put in Egregious, who's a new player for our team. We wanted to give her a little bit of comp experience because she's never played in comp before. So we thought we'd try this out, see how it goes. I wasn't in comms with them, obviously, so because I wasn't playing.
Mhm.
But from what I hear, the comms didn't go very well. Things were really disorganized. So I stepped back in game 3, and I just kind of took charge, because that's kind of like one of my jobs, just kind of like control the pace of the game, keep everyone on the same page.
Okay, so the shot caller was not there then.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that let you guys come back into the game, so solid job there. And I'm guessing just might be some killer practices in store potentially.
Yeah, the Pyramid Head was kind of like a last minute decision. I just was feeling it,
Okay.
I've talked about that before. I was just feeling the Pyramid Head. And G-Man had a really solid Doctor game, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, G-Man had a very solid Doctor game for sure. Really good pressure. I think the only thing we were commenting on was they were just having trouble, I wouldn't have committed to that last chase going towards the shack. So that's just that's strategy and just killer sense. So
Right. I mean, that's always a hard call to make,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like if you don't commit, then you don't get it down, and then what happens? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it's always a tough call to make. But he did his best, and he got 8 hooks that game. Like, I can't get mad at him.
Yeah, they got a solid amount of hooks. Honestly, one more would have probably been exactly to tie it. So very, very close game. Good showing from Doctor overall, yeah.
Yeah. No, like I said, I got nothing but good things to say about Hellraisers. They played really well tonight.
They did a good job. You guys both, again, really close game. But yeah, I think with that, do we have a winner from this drawing, Poggy?
We're about to. Let me roll it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord
All right.
Marbala winning tonight. Lord Marbala, send us a DM. We'll make sure we get that to you on your Steam account. And we'll get that to you as soon as possible. So send a DM to us on Twitch, and we will do that for you as soon as possible. We will try to get that coordinated after the show with me and Rue hanging out a little bit after to chit-chat and talk about, I don't know, what we usually talk about, peanuts and Cracker Jacks or whatever. I don't know. What do we talk about normally?
Marriage
Just
license and stuff.
Marriage licenses, yeah. When we're going to move together and leave to another country and maybe live in New Zealand until we get old together. Something like that. So,
Indeed.
ladies and gentlemen, I
goodness.
hope you
Anyway,
enjoyed tonight's show. But Rue, you take it out for us, why don't you?
Zed, thank you for coming and hanging out. I do appreciate it. Good luck in your practices during the week. We'll see you, I guess, next week for your guys' match.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys.
Have a good one. And yeah, I guess with that, we are adjourned for the evening. We Overslept versus Hellraisers. Hellraisers coming out 73-70. You've been watching Vigo's Court. Thank you for hanging out. I've been your judge, Little Rugard. This has been Poggy. I don't know why he's angry looking. I'm scared for my life. We will see you tomorrow at 7, bright and early, for another game. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening, everybody.
So before the first gen even pops,
Make you wanna call my name.
trying to bait out a hit there, but not able to get it. Ricky's AT able to get away. That was a missed decisive strike. Insta down.
We owe
Okay.
we owe this. Just wait a second, guys. Wait a second, okay? I apologize to you guys immensely, but as you can see, we're back for just a second.